Imagine living your entire life in just one day. No time to eat, no time to sleep, just a brief, beautiful existence dedicated to one purpose. This is the reality of the mayfly, one of nature's most fascinating insects. But don't be fooled by their short time in the spotlight. Mayflies have been around for millions of years, shaping ecosystems in ways most people don't realize. In this video, we'll uncover the secrets of these ephemeral wonders, from their underwater youth to their fleeting adult lives. And stay tuned until the end for some fun trivia questions to test your mayfly knowledge. Let's begin. To truly understand mayflies, we have to start at the very beginning of their lives, a stage that is far longer and more complex than you might expect. Unlike their adult forms, mayfly nymphs, also called naiads, live hidden beneath the water's surface. They thrive in streams, lakes, and rivers, where they can cling to rocks, burrow in sediment, or hide among aquatic plants. Depending on the species, they can remain in this nymph stage for several months or even a few years, patiently growing and molting over 50 times before they are ready to emerge as adults. These tiny creatures are actually important indicators of water quality because they require clean, oxygen-rich water. Their presence is a good sign that the environment is healthy. However, when pollution enters waterways, mayflies are often the first to disappear, acting as an early warning system for ecological damage. Eventually, when the time is right, the nymphs make their way toward the surface, preparing for the most dramatic moment of their lives. Most insects have 3 life stages: larva, pupa, and adult. But mayflies have an unusual extra step in their transformation, the Subimago Stage, also known as the dun. When the nymphs finally break free from the water, they don't immediately become fully mature adults. Instead, they emerge as a soft, fragile version of their final form, with cloudy wings and a delicate body. At this stage, they are still not ready to mate. No other insect in the world has this extra step. This Subimago stage is a brief transition period, lasting a few minutes to a few hours before they molt one final time into their true adult form. Once this last transformation is complete, they are now imago mayflies, the fully developed winged insects that we recognize. Once a mayfly reaches adulthood, the countdown begins. Some species only have a few hours to live, while others might survive for an entire day or two. But in the grand scheme of life, their time is heartbreakingly short. The reason for this? Adult mayflies don't eat. In fact, they don't even have mouths. Their bodies are designed for just one purpose: reproduction. Everything they need to survive comes from the energy they stored during their long nymph stage. This urgency leads to an incredible natural spectacle. Massive swarms of mayflies gather over rivers and lakes, their delicate wings shimmering in the sunlight as they perform graceful aerial dances to attract mates. The males compete for the attention of the females, hoping for a brief moment to pass on their genes before their bodies give out. After mating, the females lay thousands of eggs on the surface of the water, ensuring the next generation will continue the cycle. Then, one by one, the mayflies fall to the ground or into the water, where they become food for fish, birds, and other hungry animals. It's a life that is short, but deeply significant. Despite their fleeting existence, mayflies have not gone unnoticed by humans. In many cultures, they symbolize impermanence, renewal, and the cycle of life. Their brief, beautiful lives remind us to cherish every moment, as nothing lasts forever. Interestingly, mayflies even influence our daily lives in ways we might not realize. For example, they have inspired fishing techniques for centuries. Fly fishers create artificial lures that mimic mayflies, knowing that fish rely on them as a primary food source. In some regions, entire economies revolve around mayfly hatching seasons, as anglers gather to take advantage of the feeding frenzy. However, their mass emergence isn't always welcome. Some towns near lakes and rivers experience mayfly invasions so massive that they appear on weather radars. Swarms of mayflies have been known to coat buildings, cars, and even traffic lights, creating slippery roads and bizarre cleanup challenges. Love them or hate them, mayflies are an undeniable part of nature's intricate design. Now, it's time to see how much you've learned from today's episode. We've got 3 fun trivia questions coming up. Ready? Let's start. Question number 1. What is the longest stage of a mayfly's life? The correct answer is C, the nymph stage. Even though adult mayflies live for only a day, their nymph stage can last several months or even years. This is where they do all their growing, molting dozens of times to prepare for adulthood. Because they live in the water for so long, they play a crucial role in aquatic ecosystems by serving as prey for fish and keeping populations of algae and small organisms in check. Without their long nymph stage, their entire life cycle would collapse. Question 2. Why don't adult mayflies eat? The correct answer is B. They don't have mouths. Unlike most insects that need food to sustain their adult lives, mayflies are born without functional mouths. Their entire existence as an adult is focused on reproduction. This is why they only live for a short time. Once they finish mating, they have no way to nourish themselves, and their bodies simply shut down. They must rely on the energy they stored while they were nymphs, which means that every second as an adult is precious. Question 3. How do mayflies benefit the environment? The correct answer is C. They are a key food source and water quality indicator. Mayflies play 2 essential roles in nature. First, they are a major food source for fish, birds, and even bats. Without them, many freshwater ecosystems would struggle, as many predators depend on them for survival. Second, their presence in a body of water signals good water quality. Since they are sensitive to pollution, scientists and conservationists use them to assess environmental health. If mayflies disappear from a water source, it's a sign that something is wrong. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution.